Welcome, guys, to the day 5 of online bootcamp. Today, we learn about how to do crude operation on a specific items. Today, let's create subject entity and let's add items in it, show all of them, delete, update. Let's do that. So before doing anything, so in the previous class we have discussed how to log in a user and check whether the current user is a login user admin or not, like that, right? So for the specific subject, we only want to allow admin to create. I mean, wait, it is not showing pop up. Yeah. So some routes are only accessible admin, right? So user should not be able to enter into that route. Role-based authentication, authorization. So let's create one route called app.route slash subjects, and we'll define subjects. Okay, before doing anything, first we have to have that model in our models. So I'm creating one model for subject and db.model. So what are the things a subject can have? Can anyone tell? Guys, for a subject.
Name, description, and chapters.
Yeah. So let's go to
ID,
problem
name,
statement.
description, chapter.
Okay, okay. Hatch problem. So let's copy here whatever they have given. Yeah, subject can have ID, name, description, and additional features. So let's not have any additional ID, name, and description is enough. Uh, so ID equal to db dot column db dot integer and auto primary key equal to true and auto increment equal to true, not underscore, and name and description will be same as above, except role it is the description. U dot column string, it can be nullable, only name and primary key should be unique, and primary key is auto incremented, so we don't need to focus on it, and no need to specify how much length it should have, it should be, and that's it. And let's also create quizzes instead of making chapters. I'm directly linking quizzes, so you can have one to many relationship. It's not make, because I'm directly started with the same problem statement, so I should not do that. So that's why I'm just in this session I'm just creating a subject and doing crude operations on that. So just go to documentation and you can see how to create one to many. So one subject can have multiple quizzes, right? I mean multiple chapters, and each chapter can have a quiz. So like that, you can check one to many relationship in Flask SQL Alchemy. You can use this reference to link them. I'm just showing entity called subject. Uh, so here they are using one post can have many comments, right? In that way they are teaching one to many. So use the same and try to make your own. So here they are doing, so they are adding post and then adding comments to that post, specific post, and they are passing the primary key. So like that both will be connected. So this comment is connected with the post one, this comment it is connected with post two, like that. Or else you can directly uh, pass the primary keys. So like that you can implement. So I will just share the link, it is necessary. uh Pavan, you already done, right? So it's up to you if you want to stay. Whatever you have done, it's teaching the same. So let's go back. Now let's create API for these models. First, we need to check if it is created or not. VNV slash scripts slash activate. I am activating my virtual environment and checking if all requirements are there. Pip install by reading requirements.txt. Yeah, yeah, already satisfied. So uh, Python app.py, but before that we delete our instance because uh, we added one more table, right? We added one more model, so that's why we are deleting this. So I'm running the app. It should automatically create database that is mentioned in the problem statement. So db.create all, it will create every database, and after that we are adding admin. If admin is already not there, then only we are adding admin. So if you open this database.db, so subject we have created now, right? In the models.py it is added here. If you go to user, you can see admin is added. Okay, that's great. Now let's go back to the app.py in the routes.py. Now let's create routes.py. Yeah, now let's create a route for showing all the subjects. So define subjects, and if request dot method equal to get, then return rendered template of so let's show an admin page itself. I'm just using one template, not going into specific details. The templates itself I am pasting subjects.html, and in this subjects I'm so what I will do is I will just return this template subjects.html. Control S here, one subjects. So that's it. And we will also create one more template, that is add subject. Add subject dot html. Uh, Subjects, and heading is add subject. And we will make a form, but let's not focus on this. Let's only focus on this. If request method is get, then add subjects. If it is post, elif request method equal to post, return. uh, so we'll just look into it. After that we will return uh, redirect to the slash subjects. So now let's go to slash subjects. 1 minute guys, I will charge that. So if it is get method, we are just returning this subjects.html. Let's go to front end and check. Is it 8080? Can't locate any SQL dialect called auto. Okay, so there is no space between auto and increment. It's just auto increment. Control is. Yeah, now it is not giving any error. Let's go to front end. Okay, 5000. It's running on 5000. So this is our page. Let's admin with admin, and then admin at master. So now admin is logged in. So as we discussed, if we go back, it will. If we try to go to login page, it will redirect or its home page. So that is done. Now let's go to subjects. So in the dashboard itself, we will show the link for the subjects page. Let's do that. And we are returning admin dashboard, right? So in admin dashboard, we'll show subjects button, anchor link, href equal to slash subjects. So let's go here, and if we refresh, okay, so it is admin dashboard. Okay, now in normal dashboard also we can show, but let's go to admin dashboard only. Admin slash dashboard, yeah. So admin dashboard, we are showing the anchor link. So you can also make this anchor link as a button. So you can also add CSS here. Style, border 1 pixel black. uh, 1 pixel. What happened? Border CSS. Okay, border. Okay, solid. Okay, color is not defined. Border 1 pixel solid black. If I refresh, yeah, now it is showing border. uh, Text decorations, none. And color, which is the white. Background color, red. So now let's refresh. So this is a button. So just use CSS, or else you can also use uh, bootstrap if you want, or else you can ask ChatGPT. It will give you the CSS. If you click on subjects, now it is redirecting to the subjects page. So here we will list all the subjects. Right now there is no subjects in the database, right? So if you see, database subjects has no data. So now let's add some data, and after that to show the data in the subjects place. uh, so add subject. uh, so here we will show one button to add subject. Let's use the same anchor link we used in the dashboard to show the button. uh, it is dashboard. So we'll copy the same. So here I am just adding this button, and I am redirecting the route to slash add subject. In the, if we go to the routes.py, we have defined, let's define a new route. Okay, let's not. So in the slash subjects itself, we are sending a post request to the, let's try. So if we, so what I'm trying to say, in the browser, if you open this link, it will automatically send a get request, and we are getting a template in the return. So right now we are sending a get request, if you can see. So we are sending a get request to the slash subjects. So now we need to send a post request to the backend. So how we will do, now we are returning the subjects.html, right? In the subjects.html, let's not add here. In the subjects.html itself, we will show a form here. Form action slash subjects, and method equal to post, and input type is text, and uh, placeholder subject name, and another input uh, text area, I guess text area. Placeholder is subject description, and then button add subject action. There is no action, I guess. It will automatically submit. So now let's refresh this page. Here we can see subject name and subject description. So if I add, okay, let's open this database, and see here right now, we just got get request, and we return this template. Now adding subject, Python description, uh, programming language. Now if I add subject, now it is sending a post request to slash subjects, but it is saying method not allowed. Why? It is because in the routes.py we have only defined, we haven't given any method, so we have to give parameter here after defining the route. Yeah, Raju.
No, sir.
So subject slash after route. Okay, mute yourself. Methods equal to get is automatically will be there, and we have to add additionally post. So now if we submit again, now we can see it successfully sent the post request to the subject, and it is returning a 302 code. What is 302? 302 status code. So it means moved temporarily. Indicates the request resource has been temporarily moved to a different URL. Okay, because we are not doing anything. We are just redirecting, right? So that's why it is showing that. So now what we will do is, so in the previous class I told you, right, how to get the form data. So it will be request dot form, and this is where the form data will be in the request dot form. It is a dictionary like that. So if I fill again, Python subject, now we can see it is a immutable dictionary with empty, because uh, in the let's delete this add subject, because in this template itself we are adding this uh, subjects.html. Here we will keep some IDs, primary, so ID, and let keep it as name, and then the another ID as description. So it will come as keys, because ID is the unique identifier. Description, reload. Now let's try again. So add subject. Now still it is showing empty, immutable empty dictionary. Request dot form. Let's see how we define for user registration. Okay, type submit. We have to mention this in the button. Please submit. Uh, so in the button I'm putting type submit. Now if I add again Python, and then programming language, still immutable dictionary. Any reason? Just HTML. Okay, maybe this capital post. No, this post. So I'm just giving value equal to 1 to 3 and something just to check. So it is giving empty dictionary. Let's see why. Uh, name placeholder required. Done. So everything seems correct. Request dot method. Request dot form. Okay. Let's try to get the name from the subjects. Name and description. Print request dot form dot get name. It is giving none. For any reason. I don't know. Text. Maybe text area is the issue. So, one minute, guys. I will ask ChatGPT if there is an issue. Why this form is not sending any data in request dot form? Your form is missing the name attribute. Oh, okay, okay. So it is not ID, it is name. I forgot. So if we go to restore.html, yeah, here we have defined the name of the inputs. So I thought it is ID. So that's the difference. Control check. So ID, though ID is unique identifier, name is the one which will have the the dictionary key and values. So the name will act as a key, and the value will be act as the value it contains. So if I refresh, now if we submit, previously it was showing returning empty dictionary. Now if I add subject, still maybe ID and both are important. ID equal to name, ID equal to description. Refresh. Now I add again. Yeah, now it is returning. So both ID and name are important, I guess. Is both ID and name required? Name is required for the form data to send. ID is optional and is only used for JavaScript for CSS styling. Okay. So ID is not needed. Then why it was not sending previously? So I will refresh again. Now if I try to add again, okay, still it is coming. Yeah, so name is important, guys. So it's a thing. Also have to refresh concepts. I forgot. So now we are getting the data in backend, right? Now let's add the same into the database. Models.py, routes.py. Now, now that we are getting the data, now let's focus on adding the subjects into the database. Name equal to request dot form dot get name. Description equal to request dot form dot get uh, description, and subject equal to so in the slash subjects will list all the subjects we have, whereas posting to slash subjects URL we are adding a subject into the all subjects we have. So you can think like that. So subject of, and we need to import that from the database user, and I'm importing the model from the models .py file. Okay, user comma subject. So I imported subject. Now in the get post method I am adding this subject. Name equal to name, description equal to description, and db dot session dot add subject, and db dot session dot commit, and after that we will redirect to the slash subjects itself. Now let's do this. Before that, let's go to database.db file. If I refresh this and click on add subject, now it sent a uh, post request. Now if I refresh, now we can see in the subjects it is adding one name 123 and ASL. uh, so let me remove these default values, and in your database you have set some not nullable equal to false, right? So description can be empty, whereas the name should not be empty. Required, so it will make okay. If I remove required and if I try to submit, if I refresh, now I haven't given any default value, so it is not giving any. If we try to add, so it is showing empty. But if you go to database and refresh, you can see one empty values are added into the database with id 2 because we have submitted. So but name should not be empty, right? In that case what you can do is here you can put required equal to true. I mean just put required, and if I refresh, and if I try to add subject, it is asking to please fill out this field. So that's how you can ask user to fill a required thing. So Python, if I try to add subject, it is already added, it is already added. So refreshing, so now we got id3 called Python. Now let's more one more subject, MAD1, modern application development, and if it add subject, it send a post request to the slash subjects, and if I refresh the database, now we can see MAD1, and this one is successfully added into our database. So that's it. So like that you can add any number of times. Now let's list all the subjects we have. Now what we will do is, when we try to get this form, like if I refresh, it is sending a get request to the 200, right? So now here what we will do is we will query the subjects page. So db dot session dot, okay, let's print what it returns. Db dot session dot query subject comma subject dot all. I think this is correct. Let's check. Okay, it is giving error. So none type object has no attribute. Okay. Uh, okay. Dot all each inside. See. Now we can see, if I refresh, it is sending a get request to the backend. The API is slash subjects, and in this route we are getting. I mean, it is printing subject one, subject two, subject three, subject four. So we can see the subjects, right? It is printing all the things. So now what we will do is we will return the same to the front end. So instead of printing, now we are able to see that, right? So let's create a variable called subjects equal to db.session.query.all, and we will return front end subjects equal to subjects. Now we will access this variable in the front end. Now let's go back to the subjects page, and here we will create a for loop. So let's ask ChatGPT to create it for us. Uh, Add a table to show uh, um, serial number and number, name and description. Or else, so it will give direct answer, but I don't want to do that. So I will ask ChatGPT to create a table, or else we can create the table itself. To ask GPT. Uh, so table head, uh, table head. In this table row, is it correct? Table row, table cell, table data name, table data uh, description. Let's save. Okay, name description is coming. You can also refer documentations, table HTML, HTML tables. So, so this is the uh, with this table can show something like this. So let's copy this table and let's go back to our page and replace this table with this. And in the top we have to show our subject serial number, name, and then description. Now let's save it. If I refresh now, a table with three rows will appear. Uh, Now what we have to do is we have to remove these columns, and what we have to do is so before this table I will just show the subjects that we have imported. So double quotes and then subjects. So along with the templates in the routes.py we are returning the subjects, right? So if I refresh, so this is the table, and below that we are able to see the list of subjects. So now what I'm thinking to do is, so for every subject I will create a new table row. So we'll do it here. For subject in subjects, so we'll create this table and end for. So now let's run this. So now we can see I just did this flower brace and modulo, and I did some Python script for subject in subjects. So it created a for loop, and three times it repeated this same template, same this table row. So it created three rows. So that's what I'm thinking to do. Now we don't need to show it here. So instead of the first rows, we can put as serial number, and in second row we will in the second cell of this row we will show the subject name. So subject 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 dot name. So same as we were trying to get the data's attributes, right? So subject dot description. So if I save and refresh, now we can see it is giving serial number 123 ASL and serial number Python. For the serial number, we can use enumerate, I guess, for I comma subject in enumerate of. We can use this enumerate function. Start equal to 1. So start equal to 1. Let's try this one. I. Okay. Enumerate is undefined. Enumerate in Jinja. Okay. Okay, we can directly got index of that element. So I just referred this post and they are saying the Jinja don't have this enumerate to put a count along with the loop. We can directly get index of that one. So let's try this one. They are saying subject in enumerate. So there is no enumerate function in Jinja. You can only do for loop, and you can directly get subject. So that's what they are saying. Let's try. Yeah, now it is okay. Serial number is empty. Uh, to get the current iteration of the loop and load dot logical. Yes, we can set a counter also. Multiple list in single for loop in Java. It should work. Okay, loop dot index. Maybe we have to directly use loop dot index, not subject. Loop dot index. Let's try. Okay, now we are getting. So we are doing a for loop, right? So in this for loop, if we give this loop dot index, then it is giving this serial number. So that's how we show. Any doubt till here? So if I try to add new subject, now what will happen? Can anyone tell? Math, matrix. What will happen? Can anyone tell? Komali?
It will be included in the database, sir.
Okay. So Raju Vargesh, what will happen if I click on add subject? Will it create a new row?
Yes, it will go through the post method and it will get added to the
Mm-hmm.
database,
Okay.
and then it should come under that table.
Mhm. Okay. So I clicked on this. Yeah, whatever you said is correct. So mathematics and maths. So to add CSS to this, we can just ask ChatGPT. So style this page. So it is doing some styling for us. Let's use the template. So if you do your coding by your own, then don't give whole code, but give some fragments and ask it to style. Okay. So what these Chat GPT, these LLMs do is it will copy your work, and it will remember. And someone when asked if your content is if whatever you did is matching with their query, then it will return your code. So those things can happen. So just don't give whole code. So now it gives some code. So I'm just replacing. If I refresh, see now it gave a very beautiful UI. Isn't it good?
Yes, sir. Sir,
Yeah.
what did you say just now? Old code you shouldn't give. I
Yeah,
didn't get
don't
that.
give the whole code. So it will remember the text you have given and it will size someone else also. If someone else is also trying to do this thing like adding subjects, then it will can give. Okay, it can give because it is remembering stuff. So it will give your code to someone else.
Okay, okay. Sir, this code, the styling, what have to be done in separate template or in this
It's
only.
up to you. So styling is optional. You can submit your project without styling also, but it is looking good, right? So that's
Yes,
why.
sir. Yeah.
So try to understand how the styling also works. So that's it. You can make it styling in a separate static folder, and then do it there, or else it's up to you. So that's it. Now let's add one more subject. Now let's create an option to delete the subject. Okay, that's the interesting part. Let's go to routes.py. So this is fine. Now let's try to do delete, and I will add one button here itself. Database.tv models.py subject HTML. Uh, Here I will add one more table data. And that what I will do is I will add a form action slash subjects, and then method is delete. So as far as know, in the forms HTML forms we can't send delete method to the backend. So let's try uh, button uh, delete type equal to submit. So if I save and refresh here, so now we can see new column called delete. Yeah. So if I press delete, it is sending still get method to backend. If we go to routes.py, still we are getting get method only. There is no option method called delete method. Only when you create resources, Flask, RESTful, if you use those libraries, then there you can do uh, get to get the resources. That's what we are doing. If it is a get method, we are returning all the items in the data in the entity. Uh, get up, post means posting something, like creating them. So to see something we will use get method. To add something we will use post method. To delete something we will use delete method. To update something we will use put method. Because in the MAD1 we are not dealing with APIs, we are just using get and post method. There is no method called get in forms. Okay, so that's why it is not there. So we have to do the work with forms only. So for that we have to define another routes. So that's the only thing. Or else in the post itself you can check uh, if request dot form dot get delete. Okay. So what we can do is um, either you can do one thing, create a new route and do new route like slash subject slash delete, and then specify which subject to delete. Or else you can here itself post the information to backend and delete that. So how to do that, let's see. So here we are adding a new button, right? That is delete button in this new column. So here I will put the new row, uh, new columns name as actions. So if I refresh, here you can see the name actions, and we have delete. Let's also add edit button, but before that I want to show the delete, so that's why it is there. And so form action is slash subjects, method is delete, so delete is not working. So let's use post only. And in the form data, what we will add is uh, table row. Yeah, we will have some inputs. That is input type is radio, and name is delete. Delete. Now let's refresh this. Now you can see in the actions it is having a radio button. So uh, once selected it is not getting yeah. So we are adding a radio button. Why it is not getting deselected? How to make a radio button toggle switch in between options while visually behaving like toggle. You can achieve this using CSS. Can't HTML radio be unselected? Okay, regular HTML don't have unselected ones chosen because radio buttons are meant for mutually exclusive selections. However, you can achieve a unselected by using JavaScript. Okay, so once you select, it can be deselected in the radio buttons. So let's use the same thing. So we just need to send some data to the backend. So that's why I'm using radio button. So defaultly it will be selected only. Selected. It is checked, I guess, not selected. Yeah, checked. So if I refresh, right now 3 are empty, right? These two I selected. If I refresh, all will be selected by default. Only when we send data, it will go to backend. So right now I'm making it mandatory, and let's make it hidden. If I refresh, yeah, those are hidden because I made it hidden. It is hidden, but it is still there. If you open inspect tab, you can see them. Okay, let me open inspect tab. So in the form, uh, it is the form. In the table, we have in the last row of everything we have this yeah, here we have this right, this thing, right? Form. In the form you can see it is input is there, and it is radio and it is hidden. So even though we are not able to see, it is there. So if someone tries to click on delete, so we will get a request to here, right? So let's see what it does. And we are making it as a delete, and radio it will be checked by default. When user clicks on delete, then only it will submit to the slash subjects by delete. And let's see what it does. Print request dot form. So if I refresh and click on delete, now you can see not null constraint field. Okay, so it should not be empty because we have defined the name should not be empty, right? So that's why it is giving that. So oh, okay, okay. If so, only if name and description are there, then only we are trying to add. But for now, forget about this. If I go back, so when I send a request to here, uh, so we can see only immutable dictionary delete is having some value, right? You can see it is on. So it is selected. It means it is selected, right? Okay, sorry, getting. So we have made it defaultly selected. That's why it is select. It is showing on. So if I make it checked, unchecked, so I removed it, so it will be unchecked by default. If I refresh and try to submit it again, right now here it is delete is on because the radio button name is delete. So that's why it came as like that. If I refresh and click on delete again, though it gave error, but if I go back, it is giving the error because we are trying to add empty because I haven't given name and description. So that's why. Why it is not asking required? Oh, it is required. Okay, okay. Yeah, we are using a separate form, right? That's why it is not showing that. So we can see the immutable dictionary is empty because radio, the button is not selected, right? We have removed this checked button. So that's why. So checked. Checked. Current question number, but let's focus it later. Um, so request dot form dot get delete. So what we will do is if request dot form dot get delete, if there is some value associated with this in this request dot form dictionary, then it means uh, return trying to delete a question. So that's it. I'm doing nothing more than that. So right now we have this one. I will go back. If I refresh, click on delete. So it is redirecting us to trying to delete a question. So till now we are you are comfortable, guys. So you understood the process, right? Okay. So in the form, I will also send the questions information. So I'll give it input. Type is text, and uh, name will be question ID. Question ID and value equal to. So we are primary key, that is subject dot ID, I guess. Yeah, subject dot ID is the primary key. So we'll send this primary key to the backend. Subject dot ID. So let's first see this information in the front end. So you can see the value is defaultly filled with 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So for every particular item, we are giving it a specific item here only. So for ASL, the ID is 1. For the second, it is second. So we are sequentially going. We haven't deleted anything. That's why it is sequential. So I am passing subject value here, and I'm making it as disabled, and then hidden. So disabled means they can't edit. Okay, let's first check on disabled. If I refresh again, they can see this one, but they can't edit. So let's make this also disabled. So once checked, it can be disabled. So that's why we don't need to worry about radio button. For input, it should be disabled, or else user can edit and do those things, right? So disabled. Now I will make it hidden also. So if I refresh, though it is not there, in the backend it is there. Bro, I have a session. Though it is here, it is hidden. So let's go back to the routes and uh, print the request.form. So we'll refresh again. So now we can see delete is on, but we don't have the another one. Is it because name question ID? Uh, why it is not giving? Only delete is coming. Is it because disabled? It's on my GitHub. My GitHub check repositories. Yeah. Okay, guys. I'm going back. Click on delete. Not sure why it is giving name, question ID, value hidden. It should show. Hmm, only one is coming. If I click on delete, okay, but now it is coming. Maybe the HTML was not updated. I was not refreshing, right? I'm just refreshing this not updated one. That's why it was not coming. So now we are getting ID also in the backend. No, let me change this. So just for clarification, question ID. So I'm going back, refreshing this page, and then I'm clicking on something. So now we can see question ID is coming to the backend. So now what we will do is, now that we are getting, now first we are checking if the request.form there is any value called delete. If the user is trying to delete, then only we are going into this specific separate path. And here uh, we will get the question ID. Question ID equal to request.form.get question ID, and we will get this question from the database. So question equal to um, db dot session dot get subject. No, no, not question. Why I'm putting question? So this is subject, guys. Subject ID. So I will replace in HTML also. subject id, and here also I will place this question with subject. So in the routes.py I'm updating, here also I'm updating with subject id, and in the db.session.get I am passing subject and subject id. So I will going back, I'm refreshing and I'm clicking on this, but before that let's print the subject, and I have to change here also subject. So if I click on this one, now we can see we are making a post request and it is also printing the subject, a third subject. So are you guys able to understand what I am trying to do? I am making a post request and in that information I am sending delete. If there is delete, then go in a separate path. If there is no delete, it means we are trying to add subject, right? So that's why we are going this another part. Are you getting?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that's what we are trying to do. Okay, that's it. So now that we are getting the subject, now what we can do is db.session.delete, and then we can pass the subject object and db.session.commit, and after that instead of returning this string we can directly return to the slash page, right? Redirect to the slash subjects. Raju Vargesh, if you are not talking, mute yourself. uh, yeah, thank you. So I think, yeah, everything is working fine, I guess. Now will work fine, I guess. Now, so let's try this one. Let's try to delete the second one. Yeah, got deleted. Now you can see, though second one is deleted, we can still see 1 2 3 4 only. If I try to delete first one, see Python 1, MAD 1, mathematics. So are you guys trying to understand what I just did now? So we can do like this. Now let's add one more option to edit this whatever we have. Now let's add description to Python by using interface. Now if we go to inspect and this element, now we can see it has the form, and in that the subject id value is 4. So it means MAD1, the subject id is 4. So we are using loop.index, that's why the serial number is continuous. Got it? So now let's give a edit option. Yeah, thank you. Okay. So now let's make a same way an edit option. So how to implement this? Any way to do this?
Sir, one doubt,
Mhm.
when we delete the subject, what do we do with the chapters involved with it and the questions involved with the chapters?
Okay, yeah, you can do cascade. So there is one option called cascade delete. So one to Flask SQL Alchemy, uh, cascade relationship, cascade delete. So you can refer to this one cascade. It will automatically delete all the things which will be related to those things if you put cascade. Either if you not defined, it will keep it as none. If you define cascade, then wherever it gets related, whatever related to that will be deleted. So order and item. So here we are defining uh, one to many relationship, and in cascade we are defining all delete orphan. So whenever order is deleted, its a specific item will be also deleted. No, whenever an item is deleted, the order will be deleted associated with that. Are you getting?
Yes, yes.
You can
Okay.
just experiment it first, make some subject and assign all those chapters and quizzes to it, and try to do this cascade and check if it is working fine, then only proceed. If you are not working, first test for the database, then get it. Okay. So that's
Okay.
it. Mm. Now let's add an add button. So I'm thinking how to make this add button, I mean update button. So when user clicks on edit button, we can, what we can do is we can Okay, let's do this one. Yeah, though it is complicated, I'm just telling you how you can done. So what I'm thinking to do is, I will show an edit button here. When user clicks on it, it will refresh the page, and instead of the adding new subject name and subject description, we will show the same subject's information here. And instead of add subject, we will show update subject for that specific subject itself. So let's try this. It's somehow interesting. So add here itself, that is anchor link, a anchor link. And so slash subjects question mark uh, update equal to true. And so I'm just doing okay arguments. So there is something called argument value passing. uh, how to send data via URL. Yeah, parsing variables through link. There is something called request dot argument something. Okay, let's try URL arguments. So there is something called URL parameters or arguments, and we can use this one. Yeah. So after the URL, we will put question mark and we will pass the values here. So update equal to true. I'm passing it as true, and means separator, and subject ID. Subject ID equal to for now, let's okay, we can just put the subject ID right in the value. So I am putting in this URL, I am passing the subject ID, subject dot ID. So now let's save it, and here let's add edit. So till now it is fine, guys. So if I go here, I'm refreshing. So instead of a button, now we are able to see edit button. Are you guys able to understand?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
uh, so we can use CSS and make both appear same, but for now I'm just keeping it anchor link only. So when I click this, what will happen, let's see. So we are only passing extra arguments, that's the only thing, and we are getting this as a get request. So now what we'll do is print request args. So that's it. Now if I refresh, what will happen, it is sending a get request to the backend, right? And okay, arguments is empty. So right now I'm refreshing and arguments is empty, immutable dictionary, empty dictionary. And if I go to this HTML page, whereas here in we are passing an anchor link, so anchor link is just opening another link, so it will send a get request to this URL. So if I just click on this edit button, now we can see it is sending update true and subject ID as 3. Are you guys able to understand? So via URL I am passing update and subject ID information. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So if you have any doubt at the specific point, ask, guys. If you are confused, don't hesitate, ask. Okay. So we are passing update and subject ID as the information. So now what we will do is, if request.args.get, if the update, if there is any value for this update, then user is trying to get some form to update, right? UP update. Here what you can do is, so here I'll just put comment, user trying to update. So that's it. um, if user is trying to get update, now what we will do is return trying to update. So that's it. If I refresh, so now we got trying to update. Now if I remove these parameters, so even I just remove this update true, still it is sending to this page. Even if I remove this page, I'm just removing arguments, it is sending us to this page. Only when I click this edit button, then only it is sending extra arguments, and it is going to trying to update. So now what I can here do is, I will just get this request dot arguments, that is subject equal to db dot session dot get subject comma request dot args id. Now we will remove this db dot no, no, not remove. Okay, sorry. So we should not remove that. So now we are getting this subject id, right? So now what we will do is we will return the same template, but we will add extra information. So return, okay, or else we can return return trying to edit uh, subject dot name. So let's make this f string. So that's it. Now if I refresh and click on this, now we can see okay, okay, only one flower, curly brace, not two. In Jinja we have to use two. So if I click on this last one, so it is trying to edit mathematics. So are you guys able to understand? If I click on second one, it is showing trying to edit MAD1. So like that we are differentiating for each subject. Now what I will do is I will return render template, and I will pass the subjects.html itself. And here what I will do is I will pass a unique variable that is so here I will add another form. So form slash subjects and method equal to post, and in this I will pass the same values as before. And extra thing I will add here is one input, that is this input we added before, like radio box. Control C, and here I will paste Control C, and name is update, and type is radio, and it is not hidden for now. So if I refresh, now we can see below the box we are adding subject, we are also adding a new thing, and we are just putting it here, okay. And before this name placeholder equal to update. Let's see if it shows here. Okay, there is no placeholder for this one, so it will be checked. For now let's keep it hidden. You can also associate labels with this. I'm just using a placeholder for the sake of time saving. So right now it is hidden, and I'm changing the other names. So instead of add subject, I will say update subject. Very fresh. You can see the button is gone, but now we have subject name and subject description, and now we have one button called update subject. So are you guys able to understand? So in the back end, what I'm doing is, if it is update, then what I will do is, along with rendering template, I will send update information. Is update, I'm sending a value called is update equal to true. So what it means is, I'm sending a value called is update. So that will be only visible if. So what I will do is, here I'm just making a if condition. If is update, then show this. Else show this, or else end if I mean finally end it. So we are trying to do this now. So control C and refresh. Right now we haven't selected, right? So that's why the subjects, it is only showing one html, because is update there is no value is update. When we are going to slash subjects without any information, so it is going into this get request, because we are not passing any arguments, it is not going, it is directly going to subjects, and it is fetching all subjects, and it is returning render template, and it is only passing subjects variable. Whereas here it is trying to get is update. If it is there, then only it will show this yeah, yeah, it will show this one. Yeah, we made a mistake. So it's if not of is subject. So right now it is update subjects, right? We need to show different one, like it should show add subject. Yeah, now it is add subject. Now what we have to do is, now we selected this one, so now user can add a new subject also. Let's add Java. So you can see down, it is Java is added. Now if I click on edit, now it is showing update. Are you guys getting? Now that I
Yes.
have clicked, yeah, now that I have clicked Java edit button, now it is showing me this update subject. So now it means this variable is coming along with this update variable. I will also send the subject equal to subject. So subject equal to subject. I'm passing subject information along with this variable. Whereas if the user gets without any parameters, then we are directly sending all subjects. Whereas now if the user is trying to update a subject, only that specific subject is updating. Okay. Also, we don't need to show this thing, right? Serial number, name, description. So we can also hide this one also. So we can, but okay, let's keep it. I will also hide this one. Only thing is you should be able to understand what you're doing, or else it will be difficult. If not of is update, if you are not updating, then only show this one, this table also. That's why I'm just hiding these things. And if so, we are starting if and ending if. That's the only difference. So if there is no table, then hide it. Okay. So now if I refresh, see table is gone because it is hidden. We are not we are not we are updating. So is update is true. That's why not of is false. So that's why we are hiding it. Now what we have to do is, along with this update equal to true, subject equal to this. Now we are passing some subject information also, right? We are also passing subject equal to subject, one single subject. Now what we will do is, here we will do name equal to required and value equal to, here I will put subject dot name, and description also I will do value equal to uh, subject dot description. If I refresh, now we can see Java is populated and subject description is empty. Guys, are you able to understand?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that's it. So now we are able to populate that. Now if I'm going back, if I click for Python, now Python came. Now if I go back, now if I click for MAD1, now MAD1 is coming, and also description is also coming. See, that's beautiful it is. Uh, and mathematics also coming. Let's update for this Python. Let's add some description for this. So that's it. Now, whenever user clicks on this update subjects, it will send an update. It will send a post request, and it will also send update information. So I go to the routes, and now now that we are sending, whenever user clicks on this update subject, it will send a post request to this URL, right? And we will check here if request dot form dot get update, then we will return updating updating subject. So now I'm clicking on update subject. See, updating subject. Now we entered into specific if condition. So I'm going back. Now I will print, before clicking on this, print request dot form. Now we can see it is sending name and description. We also need subject ID, right? Without that we can't work on it. So along with this, I will also put another input, name equal to text, and name should be subject ID. Subject ID, we have already done this, right? Yeah, subject ID here. So we'll do the same thing. It will be hidden because we don't want user to edit it, right? So that's why. So it is hidden. Now if I refresh, go back and refresh, I mean update section. Now we are able to also get the, okay, we are not able to get because we have to refresh. After going back, we have to refresh. Yeah. Now if I click on this, now we are able to see subject ID. Now we will send this to the backend. Now we are getting in the backend. So what we will do is, first we will get the extract the subject ID. I mean, let's directly get subject equal to db dot session dot get subject comma subject id. After getting this subject, what we will do is subject dot name equal to request dot form dot get name. Subject dot description equal to request dot form dot get description. And that's it, right? After editing these two things, that's it, we don't need to do anything. Or and another thing is we need to make sure this name should be not nullable, or else it will give error. So in subjects.html here, we are making sure it is required. Yeah, subject.name, we are making it required. Yeah, the user tries to submit empty, it will give error, right? So db.session.commit, that's it. After editing, we just need to do this, and instead of returning to updating subject, we will directly redirect to the slash subjects. That's it. Now let's go back, refresh. Here let's try to do for Java. So this is Java information. Java programming language. So update subject. Okay. Subject ID which is not associated with a value. Okay. Okay. So it is not there, right? Yeah, we have to copy this one and paste. Yeah, we also need to extract the subject value, right? So after, if there is update in that form, and then we need to extract the subject ID and pass the subject ID into the form. Yeah, that's what it is giving error. So if I refresh, let's go back, refresh, and click on this edit button and add Java programming language. Update subject. See, the description is updated. Any doubts here?
No doubt, sir. Sir, this delete option should be like their view or edit should be there. No, delete should be above on the title.
Sorry.
Mm, like previously, one of the person has showcased his project, right? He
Uh-huh.
didn't keep
No,
the
no,
delete on the.
it is not like that. It is nothing like that. It's just styling. You can make it as anyway.
Okay, okay, sir.
Yeah. You can ask ChatGPT to make it like appearing. Anyway, you just need to show some actions. You can also update the CSS. Okay, let me try. Um, so okay, I will just add style here. Hmm,
And yes,
style.
sir. What does view show? Like view should be given, right? When we click
What
the
is
view, it should give the details of the quiz or subject, I guess, no?
uh, so the thing is, when you click on a specific subject, it should show. Okay, I will tell about it. Okay, you don't need to worry. I will work on it. So text decoration, none. Color, let it be that only. Background color, blue, and color equal to white. Border radius 10 centimeters, not centimeters, pixels. Refresh. See, somehow matching with this one. Maybe padding margin, padding 10 pixels. Yeah. So like that you can make buttons. Okay, I'm just showing you.
Okay, sir.
Uh, so that's it. Other than that, so you can also make this delete option same as this post request, but I'm just so here what we are trying to do is, when we are trying to update something, we will show a new form. So that's why I'm just making a get request with additional parameters, and according to that I'm redirecting. So it's up to you how to do that. So right now we have edit delete, and other than that we need to show a view also, right? So now what we will do is, for every subjects, in the subjects place you are showing all the subjects. Now we will show you information about specific subject. So subjects will show all the subjects. A specific subject, if you want to show, then we can show it in a subject.html. Now let's create a route for that also. So in a route, single route itself, we are able to do update. So in the post itself, so the get is getting the form template. If it is update, then we are sending update template. If it is get, we will showing all the subjects. If it is post and delete, we are deleting. If it is post and update, then we are updating. If it is post and no parameters, then we are adding that subject into the database. That's it. So that's it. Now let's create a route for app.route to show a specific subject. Slash subject slash, and here I'll pass subject ID. That's it. Define subject, and here I will pass subject ID. So first let's print the subject ID and return uh, a specific subject. So let it be like this. I will create a duplicate tab, and here I will try to do is one. So not found subject slash. Okay, it should be subject slash one. So if I refresh again, so now that I have defined a new route, that is slash subjects slash subject ID, and I'm putting it in Angular brackets. So what it means is, after this slash subject ID, if I enter here, it will be considered as a value variable. So whereas question mark is arguments. So previously we were sending question mark, right? In this anchor link, when a user clicks on this anchor link, we are sending a get request to this link, and this is anchor link with question mark. So after the question mark, whatever values are there, it is considered as arguments to that URL. Whereas here, where it is opening a separate URL. So after the subjects, whatever specific thing you are giving, it is considered as a variable. And now we are going to slash subject slash one. So we are opening subject slash one, and one is like a variable. And in the backend itself, we can see the subject variable. And after defining this variable name in the Angular bracket, in the function arguments, we have to put the same variable name. Then this function can get these values. So now that we are able to see the subject ID one. Now if I say change it to 786, it is printing 786, uh, or else 910. So it is sending 910 to the backend. So that's how. um, so now what I will do is, now we will try to get this subject specific subject with this subject ID. If there is subject, we will show subject found, or else we will show subject not found. Let's use the same code. Okay, yeah, we will use this code. So MAD1 is like fully copy pasting the same code we have defined. So most of the codes we are reusable. We can use it any number of times. So subject ID we are getting instead of request.forms.get, we are already getting that from URL itself. So subject ID we are getting that one, we are passing it to variable, and in the debit we are trying to set that subject. If subject if subject is found, then return subject found. Subject subject dot name found, else return subject not found. So if you open 911, so it is showing subject not found. But if you open 1, then also subject not found. If you open 3, yeah, subject Python found. So are you guys able to understand?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, here we are trying to open a single subject, a specific subject. So if subject found, then what we have to do? We will return all the information of that subject. So now what I will do is, I will return render template of uh, subject.html, and I will pass this subject information, subject equal to subject. So that's it. subject, and in this subject.html, now we are getting the subject information. uh, let's ask ChatGPT, um, give a simple HTML page to show subject info like ID, name, description. Use same CSS you gave before. Oh, let's wait for this. Or don't use table. Don't use table. It says specific page for a single subject. Okay, now that it has given some code, let's copy paste. And so now what we have to do is, so whatever it gave, the code it gave, let's check it. So it is saying subject information mathematics 101. So it hard coded them. Now what we have to do is we have to replace this them with this with values we have getting from the subject variable. So ID is uh, subject dot ID. Name is subject dot name, and description is subject dot description. That's it. Let's refresh. Okay, we have to remove the old ones. Okay, yeah, we have to paste it outside. Name and then description. That's it. Control S. If I refresh, now we can see ID is 3. Python description is empty. Is it empty? Let's see. Yeah, for Python there is no description. So now let's what? Okay, this subject name also not correct. Subject dot name. Yeah, now it is correct. Subject information Python. ID is 3. Name is Python and description is empty. Uh, now we can also put if condition here. If subject description, if it is not there, else none. Okay. Okay. We also put and if. Uh, and if. Okay. Okay, maybe we can. So let's keep it as it is. What we can do is, if subject description is there, if subject description is there, then put subject description. Description. Uh, else else uh, description not given, or else none, then end if. So let's try this. Yeah, now it is none. So are you guys able to understand? I'm just putting if condition here. If subject description is there, then put it as it is. If it is not there, then okay. Let's go to subject 4. Then we will be able to understand. Yeah. Now for this MAD one, it is showing description. Because it was showing none. So that's it. Now let's go back to the word subjects table, and here in the subject's name, what I will do is I will create a anchor link, and I will make this subject name clickable. So anchor link href equal to slash subjects slash, and here I have to pass ID, right? So I will pass this subject specific subject dot ID, the specific subject's ID, and between these I will pass the subject name. So let's do this and control yes. Now if I go back to subjects, so now it is listing all the subjects. If I click on a specific subject, it is showing me this specific subject's information. So this is what you are asking, Komali, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now we are able to see the specific subject. Now what we can do is you can do the same thing that we did before. Here in the slash subjects, we are listing all the subjects, right? After opening this specific subject, you can list all the chapters it have. Don't you think it is possible? You can just make a list here, right? You can show all the chapters it has.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And when user clicks on edit button, instead of doing this complex thing, try to make a simple pop-up something. Then you can do it like that. So no need to make like if I click on this edit, then show this new form like that. Okay. So I will add for this Python. I will update Python programming language. If I update, so now it is updated. Python programming language. So I will delete MADs. So now you can see it is updated. If I open this Java, so Java subject information. Anything else, like, or else we can in the subject specific subject we can also add uh, anchor link slash subjects go back. So we click on this, so it is also showing go back because of the css it is coming here. How can we make it style equal to new line um, display flex. Go back, we are going back. We can open any page like this. Yeah, any doubts till here? Everything is fine, right? Anything more you want me to implement? So you can use the same process to make your subjects information and add courses in that, and again add a quiz. So any doubt you have?
No doubt, sir.
No doubt. Okay. And another thing is, let's simply create a page which will be open from a specific time range. So let's try to implement it. So for the quizzes there is something time limit, right? So that's why I'm just showing you. So let's go back to home. So this is called the subjects page. So that's it. In the dashboard you will show like view all subjects like that. It is not user dashboard, admin dashboard. So view all subjects. Red is not good. Let's make it blue. View all subjects. Yeah, now it is good. If I click on view all subjects, admin can see all the subjects. He can add a subject. Okay, name is mandatory. A mistake is there. If he tries to add, it is added, but they don't want, they can click on delete. That's it. Anything else? Uh, So
Sir,
that's
about
it.
the score, sir, after attempting the quiz,
Mhm.
how does it calculate the scores and show
Uh,
it?
when user clicks on the submit button, you will send a request to backend, right? You will
Yes,
make a
sir.
same page, like okay, exam page slash exam. So I'm just giving an example. Give an exam. Return a render template of exam.html, and we'll create a example.html page, exam.html page. Uh, okay, I will ask ChatGPT. Make a exam page where you will where there will be questions about uh, questions about Flask, all our MCQs. Okay, let's see. Let's ask all our MCQ questions. So it is giving some templates. Let's see. So you can do one thing. You can create a form here. I will just show. So you can create a form and you can make an URL path, like to which URL the exam results should be sent. So I'm just sending to exam itself, and here I will put all the questions. So I will make H1. What is Apple, or else what keeps an doctor away? Keeps an doctor away. And in options, I will give three radio buttons. Um, Input radio. Name is FRUIT. Root, and ID is not necessary. Uh, and then you'll put fruit, and
Sir, if we don't give it manually also, is it fine? I mean,
huh?
in the
See, manually you
no?
don't need, or else you can make a question table. Question table. In that table, you can store all the question information. But in the problem statement, they have mentioned, right? Yeah, in the problem statement, they have mentioned. So what you can do is you can simply add a see questions. Okay, okay, yeah, you have to make a question table. Yeah, forgot. You have to make a questions table, and in that you will have a ID, quiz ID, question statement. I mean the question text and options, and what is the correct option. And how will you evaluate is when the user submits the uh, so while you are making this template, you will show all the questions in the database. Are you getting?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, without the answers you will make the questions template, and you will show all the questions. When user select these options in with the radio buttons in the input form, when user clicks on submit, it will send data to the backend, and in the backend you will again get these questions with the question ID, and you will check with the if the answers are equal or not. Are you getting? So I will just open a whiteboard and explain. That is a good question you asked. It is very important. Jamboard. Okay, it is discontinued Google product. Whiteboard. What is how? So 1 minute, guys. I will just bring my pen. This is a good question. Or else we will discuss this later tomorrow class. Let's check. My pen is not. I don't know where I kept my pen. So we did this CRUD operations on database from front end. Yeah, tomorrow we'll discuss on whatever you said, like
Okay, sir.
how to evaluate. I will just give brief idea in the starting. How to evaluate, how to set time, time limit for quiz, not for quiz, for anything, time limit for an action, and how to generate graphs. So these three things I will discuss tomorrow, and day after tomorrow we will discuss about how to submit project that we already done, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but still I will because I haven't recorded, I will do it on the last day, and we will discuss if you have any doubts. So that's it. Yeah. Anything else? If you have any doubts, you can ask now, or else you can end this session. Anyway, we crossed the 9:30 time. So isn't today's session interesting? We did a lot.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we can.
So
You can
can you
replicate this.
commit
Mhm.
it like whatever we did today, can you commit it into the GitHub once? I want to know the process again.
Okay, but don't copy. Okay, we'll get plagiarism if someone else also copies same thing. Okay, try to do it your own.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I
So
wanted to know the process, how we have to commit it, like the
okay, okay.
modified and this.
So just go to this one source control, and here you have to enter your message. So the second milestone, I am not sure. Let me check. Milestone commit. So where is that mentioned?
It will be there in milestone document, sir.
Oh, separate. Okay. Um, problem project statement grading document. Uh, project document. Milestone two. Yeah, milestone document. So GitHub zero. These are things done. Database model and schema setup. So authentication and role management. This one we did yesterday. So admin dashboard and management. So we just did one thing for create chapter only. We did today. I mean that's the only time I did. I will do. So you have to do the same thing for chapter and adding quizzes and questions. So try to do everything by today. Just copy paste the same code. So the good thing is, this is a good idea to do like this. Right now we have did so many things for the subjects, right? You can also copy paste the subject template and make it as a chapters.html and replace everything with chapters. So you can use the same functionality for chapter also. And only thing is you need to associate one subject with a chapter. That's the only thing. So so web development is just copy paste. You will just use the same components for another task also. If you update anything, just make sure to update in every place. Then you can make it fast. You can just copy paste these things for this and associate them is the only thing you will left.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so that's it. And copy paste this git message. You have to build this copy paste git commit message and go to VS Code. Go here, enter the message, commit, and then sync changes. That's it, guys. Anything else? If you have any doubts, feel free to ask now. Only two people are
Which
joining.
extension is it?
Extension. Which extension?
There. You have clicked the, that one.
No, no, this is
So,
not extension. If you install GitHub, it will automatically come.
okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah, Vargesh, you are saying something.
No, nothing, sir. Thank you.
Yeah,
Done.
okay then. So that's it for today, and tomorrow we will discuss about. Just I will give brief idea on how to do that. Uh, how to do that adding. So the thing is, first you will add the questions into database, right? So in the database itself, you will store the correct information. So in the options, you will store all the options for the question, and in the correct option, we will store the ID of the correct option, and we will just check when we are sending these questions to user, we are hiding the answers and we are sending everything else. When user returns the data by the form google form, I mean not form, the html form, in the backend we will evaluate the response from the user, and we will check if the whatever the user entered values, if it is matching with the correct answer or not. If it is matching, then we will increment the count, and like that we will update the scores. Are you getting Komari?
Yes, sir.
So in the same way you are adding questions, the admin can add questions. When user is trying to get the exam, in the exam we will return the questions without answers, and user enters all the answers, and it will send user will send a post request to backend, and backend we will check the user response with the correct answers. If both are matching, then only you will, I mean, if both are partially matching, we will give partial marks. Are you getting? You will check one by one, and if they are matching, we will update the count and we will return the score to the user. That's it.
Okay, okay, sir.
So that you can um, think intuitively and make database according to that. So tomorrow we will discuss, anyway we have time, right? So tomorrow we will discuss. Today try to make all the APIs, okay? Crude operations, adding subject, adding questions, everything. Try to do it today, okay? Raju, Varkesh and Komali.
Yes, sir.
And tomorrow we will discuss about that, and tomorrow you can proceed showing the questions to user and how to evaluate. I will just give you an idea. Today I just described how to do. Tomorrow I will give a plan. According to that you can do. That's it. Tomorrow we will also discuss in a specific time. If user tries to do something, then only accept it, or else don't accept, like that. That's it, guys. Thank you for joining. Have a great day. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.